Yeah, so I mean, obviously, anytime that you can get production out of your defensive line, you can get more pass rush out of your defensive line. You don't have to blitz to get the pass rush. Then it's a huge benefit. So those are things that we're trying to work on. We're trying to make sure that we're doing our job within the scheme and making the plays that come to us. One big thing with Coach Warren is creating havoc. So we have a havoc leader every single day, and that's tackles for loss, forced fumbles, sacks, PBUs, interceptions. So it's been a huge focus for our defense line, and then a huge focus for our entire defense.
Coach, a lot of new faces on the line. Who's someone that may have surprised you, and who's someone that you expected that is doing exactly what you need? And how's the group coming along? Are they where you need them to be right now?
Yeah, as day 5, I think I'm pleased with where we're at. The Weston Kramer, which is a new player for us that was not with us in the spring. He's been a very pleasant surprise, very tough, physical, hard-nosed kid, and I love what he brings. The other guys that have been here in the spring, Ryder Anderson, which is a newcomer, but he was here in the spring. He's doing a great job. And then guys like C.J. Person has really stepped up. Pleased with him. D-Mac and C.O., which have had significant playing time, they're strong and steady. So, I like where we're at. I think Bo Robbins is stepping up. So we got some good competition. I think we got a little bit better depth than we had. And I think anytime you get competition amongst a group, it's going to help your group improve, and that's where we're at right now.
Similar to his question, but what are some of the challenges when you have to incorporate transfers into your program? And in addition to coaching up and developing players that are already here, and in addition to that, what has Bo Robbins been able to specifically? How has he been able to stand out?
Okay, so first with the transfers, transfers are going to be a way of life right now in college football because of the culture that Coach Allen has created here. It's a little bit easier for us to get a transfer to come in to fit right in, because if you don't, then you're going to stick out. We do a good job of researching those guys. So all the transfers we brought in have been very good. It's always a challenge to get people caught up, but our players have embraced them. We're a football team, and so anytime we can get another weapon, whether it be a defensive lineman or any position on our team, that we're happy about it. And talking with Bo, Bo has just been from day one has improved drastically. His pass rush is much better. He's playing with much more confidence. He started playing better at the end of last season. He actually got into the bowl game. So I think, Bo is just steady, and he's what this program's about, a guy that works hard, that loves Indiana football, that is smart, and he's going to give us everything he got. So he's been a very pleasant surprise.
Kevin, how has the bowl position looked so far for you, and who are some of the guys that are kind of standing out there?
Yeah, so the bull, that's an outside linebacker for us, but he does a lot of defensive line stuff. The guys that we have returning, the DK Bonholm, he's doing a very good job. He had a fantastic summer, and that was a new position for him last year. So he just keeps improving every single day. Lance Bryant has done a great job. As well. He's a talented player. He's got a lot of snaps under his belt. And then, Stone Handy, the transfer that we brought into the team, he has elite pass rush ability. And then a guy like Mike Ziemba, which has been, a guy who's played a lot of snaps here. So between those 4 guys, we feel good about it. We do think we have some pass rushers out of that group. So that's exciting anytime that you can generate pass rush out of one position and you don't have to blitz constantly to get it.
Next.
On the media day last Thursday, Coach Allen said he wanted to see more individual production along the line. What have you been doing just to make sure you get a bit more individual production?
Individual correction, you said?
Individual production.
Oh, production? Yeah. Well, I think every day we go out and try to get better, so that a little bit is the style of defense that we do, where we're trying to be a little bit more aggressive. But we got to fit within our scheme, and those plays are going to come. The faster, the stronger, the more you strike somebody, the better get off you have. All those individual things that we work on daily, they're going to show up.
We'll go to Dustin and Jim.
I want to go back to what you mentioned earlier about the havoc leader. First off, is that new this year at all? And if one way or another, how's the defensive line been performing on that board? Have you had anybody win? I guess.
Yeah, so we've had, the 4 days, which we have a Havoc leader, and that's something that Coach Warren brought with him. So 2 of the 4 days has been a defensive lineman that have been a Havoc leader. So C.J. Person has created a bunch of Havoc. And then, it's always hard to tell, early in the fall camp. We're trying to stay away from the quarterbacks. We're trying to do all that stuff. But that's a point of emphasis for us. And so far, we're defensive line, we're 50% of the Havoc leaders right now. So it's a good start. We just got to keep going.
Was it person both days?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Jim, go ahead, and Kevin.
Different defensive coordinator this year, same scheme, but a different coordinator, which is kind of unusual. How has that been integrating him into the system and with what you guys are doing? Has he brought anything that has maybe altered some things that you've done, or has there been any change at all there?
Yeah, great question. I think Coach Allen has established that's a defensive philosophy here. A lot of times you go to different places. If you're an offensive head coach, they don't think, it's just the way it is, right? So Coach Allen's a defensive coach now. And saying that, Coach Warren is an elite leader. He's, just the overall intelligence of the whole scheme that he has. I mean, he's very, very, very impressive, and his leadership skills are unbelievable. So he's brought a ton to this football program, and it's things that we've done before. We might have changed the name here or a technique here, but the overall defense is the same.
Yeah, Coach, so many Big Ten teams, really beginning with Iowa on September 4th, they're just going to come right at you with the run game. Any early indications as far as how this group could do against a run, or any projections you have as far as getting the run stuff?
Yeah, that's one of our goals. I mean, that we know in this conference you got to be stout against the run. And no matter if we have to, we're going to load the box and do what we have to do to make sure that we can stop the run. And that's a big point of emphasis. I'm sure just like it is at every school across the country right now is stop and run, but especially in this conference. So we're looking forward to the challenge. Something we got to get better at, just like everybody. But I do think we have improved drastically since last season. Where we're at defensive line compared to where we were at last year is a lot different. I think we're going to be a very productive, steady group and do a lot of good things for this defense.
Time for a few more. Dustin, go ahead.
I guess 2 quick ones. One, just want to go back to CJ. What's stood out to you? What's been different for him about his game? And what do you think the Bull can do for the other 3 positions on the line?
The last question, say it one more time.
What do you think that Bull spot can do for the other 3 positions on the line? How do you think those guys benefit from what you're doing with the Bull?
Sure. Okay. So just talking with CJ CJ's always been a talented kid. I mean, he's been twitchy. He's got a little extra athleticism, a little twitch. He did some really good things for us last year. But it started with him in the spring and then all through the summer. He had a tremendous summer. Changed his body, got stronger, got leaner, a little heavier than he was last year, but a little leaner. So he's done a unbelievable job of really taking Coach Wellman's leadership in the weight room and then changing the things that he needed to change. So it goes back to there. As far as the Bulls, ask Matt one more time about the Bulls.
What do you think the Bull spot can do for the other 3 positions?
Oh, okay, yeah. So, the Bull, that's a unique, it's a hybrid position, and you're going to see it, it's listed as an edge defender in the NFL, right? A lot of people are edge defenders. Those guys, anytime that they can get that quarterback to step up or they can get him moving out of the pocket, where they can get him off his spot now, that helps the other 3 players. So, we used that position a lot last year too. We do think that we're better now. Just we got one more year of experience, one more year of coaching it, one more year of playing it, and we got some new faces. So I think the production just with the whole defense will go up because of that production and that position getting better, and there's more familiarity with playing that position after one whole year of playing too.